Hey, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So, of course, I'm running around at the last minute and I've been able to get some of my old features loaded thanks to Dolores with her help. She talked me through it. And let me see if I can see the chat. Lorraine T, passionately intrigued arts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Growing with Hudson was here the early. She was here and out and about, but wanted to show some love. I appreciate you. And I saw you earlier. I'm looking out the window because it's snowing cats and dogs. Thanks for sending your snow over here. Yep, we got it. And we'll be getting it all night and in the morning. Maria Graham, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you. If those of you who are here in the replay, don't forget to give a thumbs up, leave a comment so that I'll know that you are here. I will get back to you. And yeah, um, closing things down, learning how to multitask over here. So, PIA. Maria Graham says, hit that like button, you guys. The thumbs up. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Likewise, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe to the channel. Now, we do have a membership for $1.99. And if you want to contribute to the channel to help us provide more content, you can do it with GQUAT 1313 for the Cash App. So, Mike's Chaotic Gardening, thanks for coming. It's not squirrel feeding time over there. So, got so much to tell you guys. I'll wait until a few more people come in. So, how's the weather wherever you guys are? Where are you? Where are you coming in from? And what's the weather doing? Lorraine T. Oh, I just noticed something. I don't know whether. Oh, no. Disregard. Disregard. So I hope that this year I will see you, Lorraine T. Lorraine T's mom lives not too far from me. I am getting ready to do some spring sewing, although my last frost is in May, you guys. I won't be I won't be putting anything outside until June. Why? Because we could still get a late frost. Looking over at this comfrey, I've got this comfrey in here keeping it alive. It is huge, you guys. It came with a little nub like this. And by the way, Tigsy, if you're listening or you're here on the replay, I did get your package. No, Mr. Hershey. No. He always wants to come visit. Oh, Lorraine T's in the Virginia. It's raining. No, stop, Hershey. I'm trying to push him down. He's hurting my knee. Mike's Chaotic Gardening said just finished shoveling. It's cold too. Oh, well, good. La la. No, Mike said it's cold. I thought Maria Graham was saying that it was cold. Well, at least she's getting some rain. Called me this week talking smack about, oh, it's 70 degrees here. Oh, my husband and me, we're sitting out on the porch. Oh, just showing off, showing off, showing off. So, we went to the post office today. Some of you know, I just took the ice pack off my face. It's still swollen a little from last week. Last Saturday, I took a fall. Monday, I took another fall inside the house. I was in a store when I fell. No, I didn't go and report it. And go to the lawyer and all that stuff. We're not doing the slip and fall thing, although I did, and I banged myself. But if you go to the emergency room, they don't do anything. I had a traumatic brain injury 10 years ago, and I'm easy to get a concussion. So my I had a headache, so I probably had a mild concussion, but ain't nobody got time for that. Mike says no, not a creature was staring, not even a not mouse, but squirrel. Oh, well, they're smart. Donzel Cooper, hello, and welcome. So, check it on the time. I'm going to wait 3 more minutes, but I'm going to start opening some packages. Well, first, I want to show you guys a couple of things because I'm going to do some winter sewing. I will actually take my jugs outside when the snow goes down a little bit. It was very slippery out today. We went to the post office, and of course, the post office stairs were shoveled and the sidewalk. But between where the car was parked and where the main part of the sidewalk is in the city, well, there's usually a little patch of grass. Well, there's no grass right there because there's a couple of boxes, but it was like piled up with snow, maybe 5, 6 inches, and it was like iced up. And when you stepped on it, it was kind of crunchy. I had on some UGG kind of boots, and I was worried about slipping. Then I had my cart. Why? Because I have Mike said, next time go to the doctor. Better safe than sorry. I know. My sister Joanne Stevens was fussing at me. But what I wanted to show you guys before I do my mail call is I have a soldering iron that I use to put holes in the jugs. But when I'm indoors, and lately my bronchitis has been really acting up. Hey, Nancy, our Trojan home. Thanks for coming and welcome. So I didn't want to, when I use my soldering iron inside, I have this old wet sponge that I wipe the plastic off when it melts, but I didn't want to do that. So, and I didn't know where it was. When you have help, and they put things up where they think it goes. It might not be where you're used to putting it and you can't find it. But this is just a little cheapy drill that I've had like 10, 15 years, and it's almost child proof. It does charge a little bit, but it doesn't have that smell of burning plastic. So this will put a big enough hole in the plastic to get it started and to go around. Mike says he's drinking mullein and hibiscus tea right now. I'm making a mullein tincture right now with what is it? Some kind of clear rum in it, and I drink a quart of hibiscus tea every day. You know what I use for a glass? Because I do try to drink 8 glasses of water a day. I don't do more than that because that's enough for me, for my body. But I use a quart canning jar, one of the narrow mouth ones, and I put the hibiscus tea in there and I sip on that. And I drink it with unsweetened. I drink it unsweetened. Let me put this down here so I can find it when I need it tomorrow, especially that little pointy drill bit thing, so that I can find it. I even brought my little albuterol thing in case I need it. You notice I haven't needed it for a while, you guys. So I have a lot of things to show you, but for those of you who are new or on a replay, Garden Quilt and Art Show. Oh, I don't see it up there. Huh. It usually says GQuat up there. Uh-oh. I was moving things around. I've got my logo up in the corner, you see, where it says GQuat Traditionzs. And the show is called the Garden Quilt and Art Show because Mike's saying that her tea is so tasty. Mona did what? I was watching you all, watching you and Deb S. the Pug Mom. And I think, yeah, I saw Lisa somewhere today too, you guys. Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. Hey, Auntie Ellen in chat. I hope all is well. I'm busy listening. Can't speak individually, but hey, be careful out there. I heard you in one lives you popped in or something, and you were saying that you were driving the speed limit. Be careful out there, especially if you have some weather. So every week I try to talk about the G for gardening, Q is for quilting and other arts, T is for tradition, and but I spell it a funny way. So I just put it the Garden Quilt and Art Show because people can spell show. Mona is my sister from another mister, and she is so much like me. She's always doing something devilish or just enjoying fun, being the life of the party. She is hilarious. Those of you who are content creators, if you put exclamation mark GQUAT in the chat, you can drop your channel link. Let me see if I can do it. GQUAT. No, yeah. So you can drop your channel link. I just want to show you one thing about the gardening part. Oh, you're driving past the speed limit. Oh, you're like my mother. Hello, Mom. Oh, Mommy is so cute, you guys. Yesterday for Valentine's Day, my granddaughter, Sharita, bought her. Oh, thank you. For those of you who would like to join the channel, I think that's what that is. You can click on the link there to join the channel. As I said, it is free, it doesn't cost anything, and you will get turn on the notification bell and you will get all of the things I post. I have a lot of things to post. I have so much new planting, but something that doesn't usually grow for me, and I want to show it to you guys. Um, Mike put in type GQUAT to drop earlinks and connect, like I connected up there. But you see what this is? Well, you can't see what it is, but I will show you because I usually have a hard time growing it, but you have to freeze it. It has to winterize. So I put it in the freezer for a couple weeks and just dropped a bunch of seeds. I love lavender. That's another thing that you can cook with or put it in your tea or infuse it. Lots of things you can do with it. But I'm surprised it's growing and I'm happy, happy, happy. So let me see. So I'm excited. I have Yesterday was Valentine's Day, as I was saying. So my granddaughter Sharita bought my mom a big chocolate heart with sugar-free chocolates in it. I'm sure mommy wore that thing out last night. Hey, Deborah Garrett. Mommy has a sweet tooth, but she's not supposed to have sugar. So Deborah Garrett saying hello to everyone. So I have a mail haul, a big mail haul. Again, Tixie, I apologize. I don't know which chair your package is under, but I did get it and I know what's in it, but I'll do a little short or I will show you the next time I go live. Wait, before I do my mail call, before I get Mike is saying no. Speaking of challenges, I'm in a challenge to. It started November 1st. It's going for a year, and it is to save $5 a week. So today, I'm going to put $5 in, but no. No, I'm not going to put 5 in. I'm putting 10 in because Mike said those sugar-free chocolates will give you the runs. Uh-oh, mother. Did you hear that? Don't eat too many of them. So I'm going to put 10 in. Let's see. Today is the 15th. The last time I put something in here, it was the 8th, 2/15, 2025, because I decided I'm going to invest in a a quilting hoop. I don't have my long arm anymore, so I'm putting my $10 in. You guys are my witness. Mom's gonna have an upset tummy. Okay, mother, keep your slippers close to the bed. Mike says you're gonna have to you can take that walk. So until November 1st, 2025. But this piece of equipment is going to, it's called a Grace Little Breeze tabletop quilter, because up there, I guess you guys are going to be tired of me showing you. Mr. Hershey, come. He always finds something in the hall to be upset about. But on top of this beautiful string quilt in back of me are 4 hampers up by that big 30 quart bowl. They're full of quilt tops that have to be finished. Really, really nice quilt tops. So the anything really big, I will send out like king size for like my mother's bed or my sister Joanne Stevens. I'll send to a long armor because even still, you got to manipulate that thing. I ain't got time to do all that. Maria Graham says, hello, mother. Hello, mother. Mommy says hello. So, finished my bookkeeping, and I have had another gift. It came in a red and white bag, but I moved the bag so that I could walk around over here. And it was from one of the neighbors who dropped it off. Is this the cutest Valentine's Day card? She got this one for Mr. Hershey to give to his mother. And it says, this Valentine's smile is brought to you by someone who loves you. And it says, from Hershey. And she signed his name all sloppy, like, or she might have been holding his paw when she signed it. So I thought this one was cute with the smiley teeth. And then she had another card in here that says, one day when I wasn't looking, you just walked right up and stole my heart. And then it says, I'm so glad you are in my life. And so is Mr. Hershey. It was the best day of my life. Happy Valentine's Day. Love, Joan and Jasmine. She has a cat that weighs about 15 pounds. Cat is bigger than Mr. Hershey. Mr. Hershey is all the way up to 10 pounds with all the snacks from my helper and this lady, Joan. And she also gave me this cute little bear with a little heart and a little Lindor chocolate, and she made me open it in front of her. Do any of you have people in your life that give you gifts and then they say open it, open it? My daughter does that too. Stop, Hershey. My daughter does that, but she never opens the gift I give her in front of me. She always takes it home and opens it. So I have this cute little bear. Another something else. Everybody says, oh, Auntie Ellen, you don't need anything else in your apartment. And guess what? They're always giving me something. And I love everything. I just love it. It's the thought that counts. So I'm going to put this tissue in my sleeve because I'm going to open this first gift. I usually open it ahead of time, but there was so much going on here. I actually have three, I'd say intermediate size quilts in here, and I'm putting the backing on them. People are speaking to Mona did what? So I didn't want the contents to fall out of them. So this box, making sure I don't show the address. It's a pretty good size box. Woo! Yeah, this place is going to be a train wreck in the morning. But what is in here? Oh, what is in here? Oh, it's so nicely wrapped. Let me pull this over. Whoa, so you can actually see my lap. Oh, there's a card and it says, "You are an awesome person and friend." Also, here is a cooking glove. You guys, I've been cooking live. Not today though. I will cook for you. And this is so cute. This is so cute. Lorraine T gave me a glove one time. Yankee's sister was here. Rumbo Greenhans. Man, I saw you planting strawberries over there across the pond. Yankee's sister was over here and Lorraine T. So I had cooked some food and we were so busy talking that day, we didn't even get a chance to eat it. So I went in the cabinet, grabbed some flour and cornmeal and baking powder and some milk, and I made some cornbread. But I was so busy talking to them, and I just grabbed the towel that was on the oven, and my heating element is on the bottom. Yeah, guess what happened? Right away the towel tried to catch on fire. So that was very cute, Maria Graham. Thank you very much. So, oh, here's a card. It says, "Today is a day for celebrating the people who make our hearts happy. Happy Valentine's Day." She said, "I could show it on my live if I want to. Love you, Maria and her husband, Graham." Oh, I'm so blessed, you guys. I'm so blessed to have each of you in my life. Appreciate y'all. Hershey, knock it off. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm going to cry because nobody gives me quilts. It is a quilt. I don't know what this is. Whoa. It's not alive. Oh, how cute. A purple butterfly. Oh, guess what? I don't know if my mother remembered. Guess who has a tattoo? Auntie Ellen. I got it when I was 50 because the butterfly comes out of a cocoon, right? And turns into a beautiful butterfly. But I got it when I was 50 for the changing of my life. When I turned 75, guess what I did? I put my hair in locks. That's what I did when I was 75, and I'm going to keep it until I'm 101. That's how long I decided to live. But I'm just kicking the paper out of the way. Not my, oh my gosh. Maria, you're going to make me cry. This is a purple quilt and it's big enough. Oh my gosh. I'm going to see if I can put this down so that my what do you call it? The rotator cuffs don't have to hold it up. Oh my goodness, Maria Graham, this must be your first mitered corner. So, you guys, look at this. Maybe I'll keep it in half. I don't want it on the floor. I'll fold it this way. This is too cute. So, look at this, you guys. Oh, Maria. I love, love, love my quilt. I love this. Look at all of this. Oh, Maria Graham, you rock. So I'm gonna take this strip quilt off the back of this hanging wall. I call it a hanging wall, and I'm gonna put this quilt up here for a couple weeks, and then I'm going to actually keep it on my bed next to my quilt. You know, like a bed scarf. You go to the fancy hotels, and they have a bed scarf on the bottom. So that's what I'm going to use it for, and a nice neutral color on the back. I'm gonna hold it up some more. And I'm always fussing at her. And she has a label on it, a beautiful handmade label by Maria Graham, Purple Quilt 2025, South Carolina, Ellen Pankey, size 52 by 52. Everybody, and she hand sewed all these on with these tiny little stitches. All these are big deals. We talk about it and we smile because I learned how to sew by hand sewing. I've been sewing all my life, and she has all these tiny. I always talk about my 1/4 inch stitches. These are 1/8 of an inch or smaller. You done good, Maria. Woo! I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I am so blessed. So blessed. I'm going to put this over here. I don't want it to be all wrinkled up. It is just gorgeous, and it matches everything in here. It matches everything in here. Now, I have another gift, and it's big. It's big. I will say 16 by 20. And now you see why I was worried about walking on all that ice and snow near the post office. Mike says that's awesome. Mother, do you see this beautiful quilt? Quilters hardly ever give. I'm trying to be careful because I'm going to reuse this box. Oh no, I cut it. Oh, I'm still going to use it. I'm going to put some tape over where I cut it. You guys, I didn't want to open it because I didn't know if there were any small pieces like this butterfly, and I didn't want things to fall out. Maria Graham says she glad I like it. Enjoy it. Thank you. Oh, look at this. So here's a little note. Dear Auntie Ellen, Auntie Joanna Mom, thank you for being great supporters and greater family members. I'm truly a fan of yours. I wish you all the best. Enjoy your art. May it become your family tradition. You deserve art. Love 755 and her sister Sissy. She spells her sister Sissy with a Y. I spell my sister Joanne Stevens with an IE. But I know where my sister Joanne Stevens is tonight. She's visiting our brother. This is such a nice box, you guys. I'm an artist myself, and I will be using this to mail something out. Something out. I have a bunch of birthdays this week. My great grandson's birthday is tomorrow. His mom, which is my granddaughter, her birthday is next Saturday. My son's birthday is Monday. Then my daughter's birthday is 2 weeks after that. So it says, thank you, and it says, you want to support 755 The Weekend? Download the song now. Watch the full video. Order your t-shirt today at 755media.com. Passionately. Ah, yes. Oh, PIA, you saw it? Oh, look. And I have buttons. They're lit buttons. Oh, these are so cute. These are too cute. I didn't even get to the actual gift. I'm glad I was careful opening it. And there's more stuff in this box. I will read this later. Oh. It says, congratulations, Auntie Ellen. You have received another hand painting from 75 Media. Oh, and it has her QR code on it. Oh, this is so, and the certificate, a certificate of authenticity, because it is an authentic, it says, I declare to the collector that the original 16 by 12 in landscape acrylic art piece created January 9th, 2025 in the state of Arkansas. So she has the certificate of authenticity and the provenance. And oh my gosh, I am so touched. And the bill of sale on here, but this was a gift. This was a gift. This is called the provenance. Those of you who are artists, those of you paint, this is the correct way to give a gift so that it has value. And she has it signed on the back, 755 Media. To Ellen Pankey, thank you for your guidance and sharing. Enjoy it. You deserve art. And this is for her Kwanzaa collection. It has her signature on the back. Look at this, you guys. This is amazing. I paint, and she was doing a paint along, and I asked for a copy of the inspiration photo, right? And she says, "No, Auntie, you don't have to paint this one. I want to paint this one for you." And this is her gift to me. I'm trying to decide where I'll put it. For now, I'm going to put it over here so that you guys can see it and enjoy it too. Isn't that beautiful? Just absolutely beautiful. I didn't have any Kwanzaa art. I can't wait to eat this piece of candy. These are my favorite. These Lindor things. I was in Costco one day, and they had a big thing of Lindor chocolate, and it wasn't cheap. It was $20 for this little box. I came home. Those were the nastiest chocolates I have ever had. I didn't know Lindor made nasty chocolate, but I'm not going to eat it now. Why? Because I'll be doing that bronchitis clearing my throat thing that you do if you have asthma when you have milk. So I'm actually going to put this over here. So this is so good. This is so good. I'm just so amazed. I'm so amazed at my gifts. I love you guys so much. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. Excuse me. Hold on 1 minute, you guys. I want to use my inhaler. 1 second. Just 1 second. I'm here. I get so excited I swallow air. Now I have to rinse my mouth out. LGGG, love, thank you. This is, I spent $20 on chocolate. It's the best, the amazing. If you're gonna do it right. Psalm 146. We all love you too, Auntie. You know, it's good to be loved. My family says I love having a small channel. I don't need a whole lot of people. I want people, I want good people. I want people who care about each other and me. LGG says, blessings, family, and all the purple hearts. Thank you. Thank you. So, what do I want to talk about today? Last, was it Thursday? I get my days mixed. Yeah, it was Thursday. I showed you some rulers that I got to do some quilting, and you can do it with a domestic machine or whatever. And it was a box. It's actually right here with all these, and they didn't pay me to say it. Maybe I'll contact them. Maybe they'll give me a link so that I can share it. And it had all these little templates with about 8 different quilting templates, some of which I know how to do by heart, like the loop de loops and the other thing. I used to teach long arm quilting, but this one is by Deblind. But I want to show you guys, those of you who quilt or hand sew, how to do it for almost for free. How many of you remember these old embroidery hoops like this? Put a one in the chat. And back in the day when I was growing up 100 years ago, Lorraine T said, "Love makes the world go round." When I was growing up 100 years ago, actually only 76, these were like brown embroidery hoops, and you put the fabric on. I bought a piece of fabric, and Cece's Texas gardening. Baby girl, I saw that water in your yard. Not to worry your pretty little head. Your garden will be fabulous. It'll be fabulous. It's just deep watering for you. Cece said, yes, ma'am. Number one, number one, number one. So even though this fabric is doubled, I'll probably use it for a binding or something. I'm going to show you how to use a regular sewing machine. And some of you, you heard me talk about a hopping foot or an embroidery foot. You don't need any of those. I know people who, so this is the embroidery hoop. I have it on my lap, and I'm just putting the fabric over it. Here comes my neighbor home from dialysis in the snow. So you put the embroidery hoop on it. It's pretty thick, so, and you tighten it. And you see this? If you were hand embroidering, you would put your needle and thread, come in from the back, and hand sew. Hand sew, hand sew. But check this out. If you're doing it on the sewing machine, you can use this same hoop. You put it on upside down, like this. Can you see? So that this goes under the hoop. But guess what? You don't need any sewing foot whatsoever. If you have a sewing machine that will drop the feed dogs, drop your feed dogs, right? And then you use this. You use this to move it around under the sewing machine. You use, yes. Nope, they're not for hand only. They're not for hand only. You can use this exact same thing, Psalm, with any manual machine. I've seen people use these with a treadle machine. and you take the foot off completely and just have the needle go up and down. You have to be careful though, because there's no needle guard for your hands. And you move this around. You move this around underneath it to make whatever design and pattern you want. Yeah, yeah. Just keep living. Just keep living. Psalm 146. Just keep living. Keep on living, Daddy used to say, and you'll get to where I used to be. So I'm just, Hershey, stop, please. I'm taking it out because this is such a pretty piece of fabric. And I was looking to see Cranston print, 100% cotton and printed, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people take these and make quilts out of those. But this will be a binding or something. It's actually the equivalent of 2 fat quarters. Why? Because a fat quarter, for those of you who are new to sewing, a fat quarter is made by taking a yard of fabric. A yard is 36 inches, right? Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD ish chick. My helper says I'm picky. I'm not picky as so much as I'm OCD ish. I'm OCD ish. So a yard is 36 inches, right? Going back to our elementary school days, excuse me, 36 inches. So a half yard is 18 inches. So this, you don't need to see my face. This is 18 inches this way, right? That's a half yard. Why? Because this is folded. This is so it's folded. So that's a half yard. But you take this half yard and you cut it in half, it's a quarter of a yard this way. Now, a fat quarter this way, by cutting the fabric this way, you have big pieces. You can make big squares. You can make big things, as opposed to 9 inches going the width of the fabric. You can, it's only this big. Or you can take, because you know what, fabric is so expensive. This is like you saw was 100% cotton. Then there's something, a fat quarter. They take this and fold it in half, and it's called a fat eighth. So when you go online, you order fabrics, or you see some of these channels like Fat Quarter Channel. I don't even know them. I don't drive by too many fat quarters because I make a lot of quilts and I need more fabric than that. And when I used to have my long arm, I used to have to buy it by the bolts, even the wide fabric, because you needed it like that. King size quilt, like the quilt that I made my mother, or some of the ones I make my sister Joanne, are 120 inches by 120 inches. So that takes 10 yards for the front, 10 yards for the back, the same amount of batting, and you need 1 yard. It's actually 7/8, but what are you going to do with 1/8? And if you connect the seam so at a 45-degree angle, you end up using 5 inches every time you did that. CC, did you do math class? Quilting can be geometry, but so Terry, that fabric is gorgeous. So Terry, I want you guys all to drop your links, and I want to tell you about So Terry, because she just got that quilting frame that I told you about, the Grace Breeze Cutie, and I've decided, and she's working it, and I'm like, I miss my long arming days, and I can't do all that. And I was sitting there with my tape measure today, trying to figure out where in this apartment I've downsized from to nothing. To me, it's 800 square feet, but I had like 4,000 square feet on the homestead in North Carolina. Then I had all these outbuildings. For those of you who don't know, I had chickens and goats and ducks and 10 Cane Corso Italian Mastiffs. One time I had horses. I had a cow. I had some pigs until, hey, Jags, I had some pigs until one of my nephews told my grandkids that we were going to eat brownie. They didn't know. Oh, you have the mini quilt frame? Oh, okay. The mini quilt frame, for those of you looking to get a small frame, is a little bit smaller than the cutie. I know that I could fit the mini. Terry, I'm going to have to go on your site and see if I can find your contact information so we can talk. Shay, crafting on a dime. Thanks for coming and welcome. Thank you for coming and welcome. And Shay is an artist slash craft person, and she likes to embroider. Yes, I have an embroidery machine, you guys, and a Cricut cutting machine, and a couple featherweights around here, and one brother that does has 100 stitches. So Terry says it's small. Wonder if I can make it. If I get that one, I could get it next week. But if I get the Cutie Breeze, I need 52 inches minimum. Minimum. So now you've got my head, excuse me, in a spin. Mr. Hershey, come. Oh, he's being such a little devil. So, do any of you have any questions? I want to show you one thing that I am going to work on when I was pulling out things. And Miss Shirley OG Gardner, hey sis, how you doing? Mother, Miss Shirley's in here. I told mommy about you and your knee, and it made my stomach drop. Like when you go over a hiccup bump, in your car and you're going fast, and you go over a hill, and your stomach drops. She was showing her knee. I have had 2 knee replacements and a hip replacement in the last 3 years. I couldn't watch. I couldn't watch. Like the struggle is real. But when Miss Shirley was in the hospital, my mother can't read the chat, but she hears me repeating things. And when I talked to her on the phone, she said, Pam, why is Miss Shirley in the hospital? She knows you guys by name by speaking to her. I said, she had a knee replacement, Mom. So she had to stay there like a couple of days. So Mommy said, oh, my mother was a CNA, a certified nursing assistant. Campbell's Creation. Thank you for coming, Ellen. Oh, you have the original cutie frame. It does wonderfully. I talked to her, to Ellen Campbell on the phone the other day because my sister said, Sissy, just go get it and stop all this trembling and shaking. Just go get it. You know that you want it. And those quilts, I keep talking about it and adding to the pile. Well, I want to show you something. So Terry is talking to Campbell's Creation and Learning. So they have these quilting challenges where they have a shop hop, and you go around the state, and you have like a little passport, and each shop that you physically go into, they stamp it. They stamp your passport that you visited there. And then at the end of all these shops, you can buy a kit, or you can buy the instructions and create your own quilt, your own kit. So hi, Miss Ellen, how you doing tonight? Robin Murphy, thanks for coming and welcome. If there's anybody I didn't see to speak to, I apologize. Charge it to my eyes and not to my heart, because I speak to everybody. Even you don't see good enough to catch everyone. That's me, Ellen Campbell. I watch you guys on TV, but I chat on my phone. And sometimes I'm like, who in the what? Who did that? Who typed that? Or I push enter before I finish doing something. Child, don't get old. Don't get old. You know what? It's a privilege to be an elder. And just keep living, Daddy used to say. And if you live long enough, you'll get to where I used to be. So, what I'm going to do and my 15 minutes a day, I for the last couple of years I've had a challenge to do something in art for 15 minutes. I always have big projects going on, but I like little things that I can finish. So I want to show you an art quilt. My sister Joanne, when I was in Arizona, I think this one was in 2018. We did the shop hops. She drove me all over Arizona. And I bought this kit. I set out a certain amount of money that I was going to spend doing this. I think it was like $500, $600. Baby, I way surpassed that. And you could get the instructions printed out and use your own fabrics, or you could get their fabrics. I can tell by this quilt because I just want to show you those of you. Oh, Miss Shirley was putting drops in her eyes. Same thing, sis. I have glaucoma, and in the evening I put the drops in my eyes and take off my glasses. These these glasses are actually blue blockers. If I turn a little bit, you can see like the blue. It takes the rays from the screen off. So this is a little art quilt, and it would look like this. I see I started cutting it out, and I have the heat and bond in it. And oh, Ellen Campbell says she has glaucoma as well. Just keep living, y'all. When I first got it, my glaucoma specialist at Yale, he's moved on, asked me if I thought about getting some medical marijuana. He was going to write a prescription, but I didn't get it. But you have cataracts. I had I had well, I'm totally blind in one eye. I have a some special kind of a lens in my left eye, even though I can't see out of it. But my right eye, I had the cataract removed, but they didn't want to do it at first because if anything went wrong in the cataract surgery, I would be I was legally blind, but I would be permanently blind for life, but and not be able to see anything. I have my white cane back there and all my read aloud books and the cane that you see everybody tapping. I used to belong to the National Federation of the Blind. That's really how I got behind those 60 quilt tops. I sold my long arm and I couldn't really sew. I did on my little featherweight hunty. That thing would be on the plane with me, under the seat in front of me. Now I use Mr. Hershey for a carry-on, or my daughter's condo, or my mom's house. Wherever I went, I keep one of that. You have Lance in both of your eyes. Wow. Well, don't give up, you guys. My granddaughter used to hand hand thread like a bunch of hand needles before she went. Hershey, what are you snorting? He's doing all these weird things. I thought somebody was like at the door or talking outside my window. I'm on the second floor. I'm not on the ground. But yeah, so those are the trials and tribulations of being fortunate enough to live long enough. You know how you can tell when you're getting older? When my dad was on earth before he transitioned, and I would be at my parents' house, and we would be at the breakfast counter, and we would be sitting there, and we would have a basket with all of our medicines. You'd be failing to thread your needles. They would thread my hand needles so I could hand sew during the day while everybody was at work, or my sewing machine needle, and then they would get it threaded, or I had this big magnifying glass and I'd hold it. And finally, after 20 minutes, a half hour, I get it threaded. They say it takes patience to be a gardener. It takes patience to be legally blind too, because you it takes so long to do anything by yourself to try to be independent. So they would thread the machine needle for me. Then I would be over there futzing around, and guess what? Pull the thread out of the needle, out of the needle. So, Mr. Hershey, excuse you. So I want to tell you about these kits because these are fun little art quilts. And whatever state you're in, all 50 states, and including Alaska, they have these shop hops and you can go and buy it. Now, if you buy the whole package, sometimes they're 20, 25, $30. Auntie Joanne drove me all over Arizona, her and Uncle Roscoe. I'm in the back seat, like driving Miss Daisy, driving me to all these quilt shops. And oh, some of these quilt shops, they would have the most amazing, amazing fabrics. So let me show you what came in this kit. I'm trying to encourage you guys to find something that you like. So this one, I think I started on before one of my many, many surgeries. And it comes with the directions, and I wanted to use my own fabrics. So you see this? This was a piece of cactus. So I traced it on the double-sided heat and bond, and I'm going to put it on the wrong side of this piece of batik. I thought this would be so cute for a piece of cactus. Looks like I started, I don't know what this was, or maybe another piece of cactus. And I went through my fabrics. Why? Because I like batiks. So this was supposed to be a little body of water. Oh, and look at this. This must have come from a kit from them because I didn't have any fabric like this. This is fabric that actually looks like cactus. What are they called? Saguaro? The saguaro cactuses. And this is what I couldn't see. Couldn't see, legally blind. You tie the thread to the needle so it can't fall out. I do that. I do that too, Mike. When I go over to the sewing machine, I have a couple of favorite needles that I like to hand sew with, and I have them over there. So look at this, you guys. This is cute. This is a little wolf. So this will be a little art quilt, and it will, here are some little cacti. Okay, so I see what's going on here. And here's that little piece of fabric that, stop it, Mr. Hershey, come. Sorry, you guys. People are out like scraping, I guess, their cars off. So this is another piece of little cactus fabric. So, and then I guess I bought a kit, and then I decided, oh, this one was called Row by Row. Oh, look at this. And this is the label. This is a label from one of those. And it's called, this one's from a shop in Connecticut. And it's called Fabric Hoarder. I guess that would be, I'm not so much a hoarder anymore. I don't have any room to hoard. And these are some more fabrics, batiks that I took out for this project from my own fabrics. I guess I was going to put a rainbow on and some other stuff, but I just wanted to show you. And I know for sure that this, I thought looked like rocks. Just a minute, you guys. I have to make him stop. Okay, I'm back, you guys. My next door neighbor's coming from church. So This kit was actually, or this project was called A Little Arizona Water. Oh, this was from 2015. I go spend a lot of time in Arizona. I I I go on little staycations. That's why I'm not actually planting anything except herbs in my garden here in Connecticut until I get back. So this is what, and then you had to pay to print the pattern out in color. So that's what this is. And my heat and bond for this. And hold on 1 minute. I guess more blue for water. And it tells you what size everything to cut out. I don't know if I showed you this one. But anyway, here are the instructions. But of course, you can always ad lib and make it your own. So I guess I started this in one of my blind stages and I couldn't see how to put it all together. And I put it aside. Lorraine T says that's a pretty kit. I use a silver dimes needle threaders, it filling for the hole. It's gotten easier to do now. They have little machines that you can put hand threading needles in, and I have one that must be about 15 years old. And there's a certain kind of a hand needle. It's by John James, and it has kind of a rounded bottom, and you put the needle in it and then you just push it down and it pushes it through the hole for you. They have different kinds of needle threaders. And for those of you with vision problems, I learned from my coach when I was legally blind. I had a coach that taught me how to walk, came here from the Connecticut State, called Bisbee, Bureau of Education and Service for the Blind. I was legally blind. Hey, Sissy Joanne Stevens. I don't know if you heard me. Hudson is back. I just showed them one of the quilts, one of the art quilts that I got when I was in Arizona. And when you and Uncle Roscoe took me to all those quilt shops to get all these things, when I ran out of money, I used your money, his money, everybody's money. Oh, these are fabric license plates. I thought this is cute. I'll probably just put a binding on here and hang it around somewhere. But yeah, and the games will begin again with my sister and I. And you know what? She's so sneaky. She knows I'm totally blind on my left side. So I would be out in her yard uh, planting stuff in the 100-gallon grow bag, or in there in her orange tree. And she has a huge Meyer lemon tree that's like 2 stories high. And out there, I had made a hummingbird retreat. You have squatters come to your house and just do whatever they feel like it, and they come out. So, Sissy, what are you doing today? And where she lives, the Amazon, if you call in the morning, like if you put your order at 6, 7, 8 o'clock, the truck is pulling up by 10 o'clock. My sister was like, Sissy, did you order something? "Mm, well, I was doing something and it accidentally fell in my cart." Or she'd walk out by the garage and there would be a package sitting there. We have so much fun, but she'll be sneaking around when I'm out there planting and doing stuff, sitting all unladylike, legs all gapped open, bent down with my little trowel and my little chair, uh, planting things, and she'll be taking pictures of me. Janet, almost homesteading with Janet. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So, you guys, I'm looking, and we've been going for about an hour. I'm so excited. I'm sitting here touching Maria Graham's quilt, And I just love it, love it, love it. And I want to ask you, the 15-minute challenge, do you want me to go to my sewing machine? Because I have a project, and the project is I have one more. Yeah, let's go over there. Let's go over there. What is 15 minutes among friends and family? Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. I want to show you a project that you can do for free, because all you need are a couple of pair of old jeans. Why a couple pair? Because they're all different colors. They're all different colors. You can mix them with fabric. Oh, my bra strap. I don't know what bra I have on today, or my helper speaks Spanish, and I don't know. She calls them la brasaca, because she's like, Mrs. Helen, do you have on your brassieres when we go out? Almost home studying with Janet. Yep, a quick little project, because I just have to finish putting it together. Ooh, we've gotten like 2 inches of snow, at least an inch of snow, while I was talking to you guys. Let me just peek real quick. Yep, it's pouring. It's pouring down snow. So, oh, and I want to show you a trick about threading the sewing. I guess you could tell I like animal print. I have all these pieces of fabric. An interior designer, a famous interior designer that used to work for all the big companies like Ralph Lauren and Ethan Allen, was going out of business. And somebody I went to high school worked for her ever since high school, like 25, 30 years. And they called me, and I went to their oh, this fabulous, fabulous home in Connecticut. And we went there, and she said all any of the fabrics, the samples and things that were in there, to take whatever I wanted, or it was going to be thrown out. She was calling a dumpster. What? I had all these rolls of fabric that interior designers have, and the kids, the great grandkids, spent hours taking them up to the third floor of my mom's house, where I had a sewing room. Yeah, mother, the good daughter, she still has stuff up there in your sewing room. Did you hear that? Yes, Hudson, I did. That 500 Joanne Fabrics stores are going out of business. Half of them are out of business anyway. You go there, there's nothing there. It's trash, stuff all over the floor. Auntie Joanne went to pick up some fabric in Arizona for me, and she said, Sissy, I am never going to that one again. It was like trashed. It was trash. And I don't know whether they're liquidating or they had money issues, but I ordered some fabric, and they took the money out of my bank account, and I waited. It was supposed to be, oh, I was supposed to pick it up. Mike's here out of gardening saying, hello, mother. Hello, mommy dearest. Hello, mother Panking. Almost homesteading with Janet is saying, mother. Mommy thinks she knows you. Mommy feels like she knows you guys from saying hello to her. And yeah. So let me show you what's going on over here. Let me put the phone down so I can sort of see the chat. And what I'm going to work on today, I have a couple more birthdays. This is already pinned for my 15 minutes for today. And I will go on Unbiased LLC, because she had a little challenge on her Facebook group. Even though I've been doing a 15-minute challenge for a couple of years, I'm going to post this, because what this is a double-sided denim hot pad. And I have 4 family birthdays coming up in the next 3 weeks. So this one that I just showed you will be something like this one. This one has fabrics from my Renaissance grandma, Big Rooster, other people. These are leftover swatches from my mother's king size quilt that I made her. And I have some labels made by denim labels that I'm using for my bigger quilts, and that I got from Unbiased. And these were made by Crafty Leo with her laser cutter, and they she cut them all out and everything. And I sold it on almost homesteading with Janice, and her Joann's is staying open. Oh yeah. Oh, I was telling you about the Joann store here. They took my money. And then I kept saying, well, then they canceled my order, but they kept my money. And I couldn't find anybody to talk to, no customer service, anything. So finally I tried to, and I put it on my Cash App card, right? And I couldn't get anybody. I couldn't get anybody. So PIA said she has 4 family birthdays in the next couple of weeks. I don't know what folks was celebrating, what holiday came around 10 months before this time of year, 9 months. But yeah. Oh, PIA, I'm going to show you how to drop the feed dogs too on your heavy duty machine when you get it out. And I want to show you a little project. You know, I jump around, you guys. Well, Maria Graham showed me, but I have a. Watch me knock something down pulling this out. Anybody that wants to do a sew along, almost homesteading with Janet, you like doing stuff like this. This is a little basket. We can do a sew along, and I can invite some of you up. I don't know how the lighting is for this, but this is clothesline rope, and a zigzag stitch, a big zigzag stitch, and you keep going around and around and around. Oops, there's the bottom of it. This is another inhaler that I keep in here when I'm sewing. When I'm sewing, I don't want to get up to go take my asthma stuff. Oh, one thing I just want to show you guys, because I have two exactly alike. No, this is something else. If you're sewing with jeans by hand, you will need a thimble. And the thimble goes on. No, I'm not giving bad words with my fingers. The thimble goes on your middle finger to push it through. Otherwise, working with jeans, otherwise, you can really injure your fingers. This, and I'll show you another time, is a little needle threader that I showed you, that that I talked to you about. So anyway, I'll put this back over there and finish showing you. So for the 4 family birthdays, Maria Graham said we can see it. So this one is for my son. Don't worry, he has 50 jobs. He has his own business, and he's an athlete. He is a black belt in capoeira. He teaches capoeira. That's a martial arts form, a Brazilian martial arts form at UCLA. He teaches swimming to kids at the different Ys in Los Angeles, and he's 2A. Psalm 146. Her parents were celebrating New Year's Day. You came out the beginning of April. Oh, that's too funny. No, New Year's Day. I'm trying to do the math. So 10 months from New Year's Day, that would make you an October baby. I can't figure it out. So, yeah, this one is for my son. And what makes it a hot pad rather than a table mat is because I have 2 layers of batting. This just happens to be black batting. Then I'm going to give my granddaughter a choice of either the one on my lap that's going to be similar to this one, but of course, all of the scraps are different, and it'll be double sided. This was a block I was teaching how to make a log cabin square, a log cabin block. And Ellen Campbell, I remember I was telling you, most red log cabin blocks have red in the middle. But during the Civil War, the quilts that were used to show that it was a safe place for slaves, they put a black square in there and hung it over the railing. And this is not any interpretation other than history about the Civil War and it's Black History Month. Or can you say that anymore? I don't know. I don't know. You got your math way off. I know. That's what I was saying, Saul. I couldn't figure it. I'm trying to think of another holiday. Yours is the 4th of July. I have my grandson's mother is the 4th of July, and I have a nephew whose birthday is the 4th of July. I don't know what holiday preceded that one either. I'm trying to figure it out. Actually, they have calendars that can do that. What's that show? Like Jerry Springer, whatever, you the baby daddy and stuff. And you put the window of opportunity when you might have gotten pregnant. So this one is a log cabin square on the front and some different color denim on the back, and you can see it's all quilted up, and has my original by Penny Panky. And here's one that I did with leftover squares. This one is for my daughter. She likes neutrals and animal prints. So this one is for Sonia. And this is the denim on the back. Oh, mother, I cut up a lot of jeans to make that big quilt of yours, mommy. So now I have one more. I like to keep something small to do when I can't. Like I've got Dolores's quilt. It's a pretty good size one to put the backing on in the next month. I've got my great grandson, the one whose birthday is tomorrow, but I can't get there because of the snow anyway. So maybe by next week when I get there, but it's supposed to snow again when I get it to him. The backing is already over there on a table. Dolores's quilt with the backing, it's already stitched in the ditch. I did something quick so I could finish it. And so let us do a quick little 15-minute project, and that will be finishing this hot pad. So when you want to make it to hold something that's really hot, put 2 layers of batting, not one, and use cotton batting, not the polyester. Okay. I don't know, that polyester stuff might melt. Okay, so all we got to do is sew around this. Is sew around it. And I'm going to make a little wider seam than normal quilting seam. I'm going to make it like half an inch, third of an inch. Oh, let me make 3.5 inch, 3.5 millimeter stitch length, 0 stitch width because we're sewing straight and we're just straight sewing as opposed to that little basket, which is a zigzag. This machine doesn't do a lot of stitches, but I only need a zig. It does a few more, like about 8, but it does like an overlay stitch and a couple of other ones. Automatic button. Oh, darn it. I forgot I had this needle to the left. That's okay. I'll just make a wide. Trying to decide whether I'm going to go ahead. Just make it a wide seam. And these jeans are doubled up. Some places I'm actually sewing 8 layers deep of denim, 2 layers of batting. So that's 4. But in some places where there are seams in the jeans, it's doubled up even more. So I think think I'm going to go run out of the spool thread, but I want to show you a quick way to thread your sewing machine if that happens. I already have another one ready. Okay. So Miss Shirley said, try, she's going to dinner. If she missed anybody, say hello. Thank you. What did I have? Something good today. Oh, I made some shrimp, and I was going to make a pasta with it. Then I just put some green lettuce in it and made it a whole meal. So where I'm slowing down between the seams, it's because I'm sewing 8 layers of fabric, including like 4 layers of jeans, and I'm sewing over. I can see where there's a seam. Okay. Checking to see how my thread is doing over there. Yeah, just double check. When you're doing something like this, you guys, doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. I couldn't see where that seam was. I could see the end of it. I don't sew over seams, although some people do. Okay. How's your leg doing, Miss Shirley, in the snow? I know it must be snowing over there. Although I talked to somebody else in Ohio earlier today, and it was not snowing. So I don't know. You're doing better, but you have a long way to go. Yeah, you didn't even get to the part where you go to the outpatient therapy. You're still doing it at home. I have 2 titanium knees, sis, and a titanium hip. Learning to quote and sew. You hit the wrong button. Oh, that's okay. I always hit the wrong buttons. So I'm learning to put my hand, instead of this one in the front, I'm learning to put it in the back with these thick things so that you guys can see better. So yes, Sharita, I don't think you're watching, but this one is for you. But my daughter is also getting, I used to have horses, you guys, and my horses were show horses. So we used to have to, but my horses, we were English. There's an English saddle and Western saddles. And I'm looking to see where these seams are in here. And my daughter wanted to know if I had any of my old Western wear for some stuff she's going to be doing. And I've given most of it away. All those Stetson hats and the big silver cowboy buckles with your initials and the other stuff on it. I said, didn't I give you one of those silver buckles and your brother one of them that I had left? She said, yes. And I looked and I had a bag that I showed her. She says, oh, Mom, I love it. So she'll get that one. I'm just looking. I'm on my final seam. So I'm going to leave the needle down when I turn at the corners. I have to get it far enough where I can get my hand in the back, because that little part that goes up and down will pinch. Let me see how much of an opening. One time I didn't leave a big enough one, and it was hard to do. Okay, so that's it. The thread is still going a little. So I've sewn all the way around here, taken the pins out for the front and the backing. Then I see I have this little clip. Take that one off. Then I'm going to look at the back to make sure that I caught all the seams, which I did. And then I'm going to take these handy dandy big old tailor scissors, and these scissors easily cut through. Some of you have seen me do this before. Easily cut through 8 layers, including denim. So I'm going to trim around the edges. These scissors are so sharp, they could probably cut through bones. I'm being very careful not to put my finger near there. So I'm just trimming. I'm not throwing those away. I'm putting them in my basket over there in case I can do something with them. So the 2 layers of batting were actually bigger than the front piece, and they're bigger than the front piece, and the backing was bigger as well, because I wanted to make sure that I caught all 4 layers. All 4 layers. So now I can trim this edge a little bit. Whoa. So now, whoops, the bell fell. One more bell to follow. I don't have a song. One more, something to ring. Fifth dimension. So, I was watching Big Rooster in the dark, in the bushes, when they were singing songs all out of tune. It was funny. So, I'm cutting the 4 corners off. Hershey's over there looking at the bell. You can't pick it up, even though it is on a little key fob. Actually, that bell that I ring, you guys, actually belonged to my lead goat. So I sewed all around. Bayou Sugar, hey, how you doing? How you doing? You have a treadle machine that I want to restore and so on. Will need to get myself a magnifying glass to see the screws. You can do it. You can do it. I've got a treadle machine in the garage at Auntie Joanne's house that was gifted by somebody who wrote a book about it, who lived in LA, and it belonged to somebody in their family. So now I'm turning this inside out. I mean, right side out. It was already inside out. And pulling it and pulling it. It's a lot of thicknesses in here. Almost homesteading with Janet. I know you've got 5 gazillion projects going on. So to start out with, I'm going to use my hand to start pushing the corners out, just to get them started because there's so many thicknesses. Then I'm going to push this side out, the corner. I want to show you guys something on these jeans now that I got them pushed out. Whew, that was 3. And where's 4? Where's numero quattro? Okay, now I'm going to flatten it, but you see this? So as always, I keep my handy dandy chopstick, which I broke, but at this end, I don't know. I have arthritis in my fingers. I can't be poking my fingers up in the corner of all these layers. These are like 4, 5, and 6 layer of jeans. So no, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna take this little part, poke the corners out, not so hard that I poke it through the fabric. So when I go around the edges, I will be sewing 8 layers of denim in the inside. But I'm going to run it along the edges. It's like creasing it from the inside. Like they have wooden presses or whatnot. I'm using this chopstick for a press along the edges. And I'm going to push this side out as much as I can. Oh, this is exciting. So, whichever one Sharita doesn't want, I will keep for a sample. So when I teach classes, I can show how to do it. Uh-oh. What just happened? Okay, hold on, you guys. Hold on, move Hershey. Okay. Hold on, you guys. I'm not gone. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm here, you guys. And I'm picking up the bell. One more bell to answer. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. There you are. Huh. So, what had happened was the battery is going low. I went to plug it in, but the MacBook has this big thing that you plug in. And of course, it fell off when I was bending over. I had to pick that up. So, I want to show you this, but I want to show you up close where all these denim seams are stitched down. Can you see that so that they lie flat in here? You don't have to do it. You don't have to do that. It's just something, a little extra feature. And to hold this one closed in the middle, I'm going to just do a line of stitches down the middle to hold it closed. This is so thick I can barely get the needle up. Okay, so let's go. Oh, I forgot to put it down. Let me go back again. This will just make sure that the insides don't roll up over the next 100 years, that this pad will be in use. Okay. One second, you guys. Ugh. Okay. So, my 15 minutes is up. I'm cutting the threads. This is whatever side, the front, the back. I will sew a label on, but it's almost out of thread. And you've seen how I sewed the labels on the other three. And this one side has the white on the front, or very light denim. And the other side is like this. So that is very, very thick. So, yay! We had another interesting Saturday afternoon together, fam. I'm trying to think if there's someplace. I'm looking outside to make some ice cream, some snow ice cream. You use condensed evaporated milk and snow, and maybe a little bit of vanilla, and mix it up. T Hop 42, I don't know if I said hello to you. And thank you. So now, PIA, you need to get that machine out the box. You snowed in. You ain't gonna. You're not gonna. You're not going to shovel it. Somebody else is gonna do it. So here's one, two, three, four, and Cameron is 6'2". He'll be 17 tomorrow, so he's still growing. His quilt is 6'7", so he'll probably outgrow it. It's out of the box and set it up. It's just like using your other machine, just like your other machines. So you'll get used to it. And they come with a heavy duty needle in them. So, and there are two more inside your package. And you can order some online. Like you can get 8 for about $8. Have them ready because you're going to be trying it and testing it, and you're going to break a few. You're going to break a few. So, does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Marie Graham said, great live. Thank you, you guys. And now it's time to say goodbye to all our lovely friends in American Sign Language. This is an I. You guys, do you see my logo back up in the corner with my one of my other quilts? That quilt my mother and I made together, and it's at her house. This is an I. This is an L. This is a U. Ego amote, mother. I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. Oh, wait. I forgot something.